78% of Americans are willing to pay more for non-China made products, apparently. A Bloomberg poll has revealed that an overwhelming majority of Americans would be willing to spend more money on products if they were manufactured outside of China, with 40% saying they simply will not buy anything made in China at all. Yeah, good luck with that. Unless you want to go like Amish, it's not going to happen. In addition to these findings, 55% say they do not believe China can be trusted to fulfill its trade deal commitments to buy more U.S. products, while 66% said they favor raising import restrictions over pursuit of free trade deals as a better way to boost the U.S. economy. Now, this is complete bullshit right here. And the reason I bring this up is because a lot of times I would like to buy American, but I'd never have the option because here in America, they just don't make the stuff that I actually fucking want. Outside of basic things like food and clothing and the like, all the shit I want for my hobbies isn't made here. And in fact, not only is it not made here, but when these pearl-clutching Puritans find out that someone's trying to make it here, they get them deplatformed and fired, and they go after all their business partners, try to get them arrested even. And then if on top of that, they try to implement import restrictions on the stuff I actually do still like, ooh man, the boogaloo may be happening sooner rather than later if they pulled that shit. So the findings come as President Orange Man announced he now feels differently about the trade deal he signed with China earlier this year. So we'll see what happens, but it's a very disappointing situation. Very disappointing thing happened with China because the plague flowed in and wasn't supposed to happen, and it could have been stopped. Yeah, maybe if these countries weren't making bioweapons to use against each other. Yeah, I'd buy a Whammons made in China. Yeah, I don't know if you want that because they got way more men than women in China as like a little side effect of that one-child policy they had for a while. So Chinese women are some of the most spoiled in the world because they got, like for every woman, I mean, they got like multiple men just competing for them. So, yeah, Chinese women are pretty fucking spoiled. All right, so the president touted the trade deal the U.S. had with other countries. All right, so now we're just talking about Orange Man's trade deals. That's fine. But yeah, I just wanted to bring this up because I would gladly buy American-made hentai games, for example, if they had the same art style that I like in the Japanese games instead of the more Western one that I'm not really a fan of, to be honest with you. If they weren't constantly fucking censoring themselves because these entire fetishes and genres are completely fucking off limits because it offends the pearl clutchers. If it wasn't for things like that, I wouldn't mind supporting the West. I'd be okay with that. But the fact is, quite a lot of the things that I actually like can't be made in the West. Because everyone is bending over for the fucking Puritans on either the left or the right. So, my message is this, quite simply. You want me to buy American? Then make shit I actually fucking want. That's all you gotta do. I'm not gonna buy your shitty... oh, God. Like, remember that... remember that, like, virtual AI companion thing? The gate box. Yeah, remember that? How they had that awesome, cute Japanese version, and then they made a Western version and just removed everything that made it appealing in the first place. That's usually what happens. So when the West notices that some foreign product is destroying them, then they sometimes they get halfway there. They get halfway to the good idea. They're like, oh, let's make something like this here too then. And that's where the good ideas stop. Because all they have to do is, just make something close to what Japan makes and you'll be fine. But nope. No, they're just like, oh, no, we can't have this weeb shit. We gotta westernize it. And then they wonder why nobody buys their shit. No, I don't want Western versions of this stuff. I'm buying the Japanese stuff because I don't like the Western options. If you take the better Japanese version and you fuck it up by westernizing it, to me, you've just removed all the appeal of the product. No. Fuck off with that shit. You can make it here in the West. You just have to make it at the same level of quality and to the same standards that Japan does. But they're not going to do it, are they? Yeah, they're just going to they're going to take something good, remove everything we liked about it in the first place, and then ask, why is no one buying our version? The Japanese one sells so well. Our focus groups said that this would be a good choice. Yeah. Now that right there, man. Oh, that's a red flag when you hear about focus groups. Like, oh, I focus grouped this. Ooh. That's like translation for setting yourself up for failure, unfortunately. No, you gotta be a fan yourself. Then you'll know what fans would want. You'll know what fans would like. If you yourself are a fan of what you're making, you can reasonably make assumptions about what other fans would like. You're never going to be 100%, but you can get pretty damn fucking close. That's how Sid Meier created most of his masterpieces in the early Civilization days. Once again, I remember reading an interview with him in a paper magazine, which I don't have anymore, so unfortunately I can't pull it up to quote it. But he did say something along the lines of he's just making games he himself would enjoy playing, and he's glad that enough other people also enjoy it that he could do it for a living. That's how I'm going about making Blade Devil, and that's how I'm going to go about making my eventual games too. I'm going to make shit that I would love to play. And it's mostly stuff that, it's similar to stuff that we had in the past when gaming was still good. And now it's, this couldn't be made in current year. Like, well, fuck you, bitch. I'm going to make it in current year then. Maybe I'm just going to have to do what we were talking about in an earlier stream, where the best remaster would be just take these old games and just update their graphics and sound, but leave everything else intact. Because gameplay-wise, the past just dominates current year. But visually, obviously, current year would dominate the past. So let's just merge the best of both of them together. Oh man, I am so excited to tell you guys right now that finally, after about a year of build-up and shilling, we have launched Blade Devil on Indiegogo, and so far it is doing so well thanks to awesome people like you. If you haven't backed it yet, then please check the links in the description and check out Blade Devil on Indiegogo. You will not be disappointed. Looking forward to seeing you there.